Machetes in these hands had a horrifying effect not long ago, but now they are being used in a constructive way. These former northern Ugandan child soldiers were trained to maim and kill, but their nightmare has ended.
I've been abducted in 1995 when I was still 9 years. So I stayed there for 5 years and then I come back. They picked me from my parents and then we went with them. So they told my parents that let your sons go and assist us.
Alpha Obol and many others fought for the Lord's Resistance Army, or LRA. Today they repair bicycles and build houses, thanks to Aniwa Richard Ricky. Himself a former child soldier, he now helps those who managed to escape.
At the peak of the war, I realized that there were no people who were helping these former child soldiers if they come back from the bush. So I decided to offer myself to help these children to have a place where they can sleep, eat, and get a future, someone to talk to.
Most of them have spent many years fighting in the bush. Here at Richard Ricky's organisation, Friends of Orphans, they learn skills for their future lives and can process their trauma. These former soldiers and sex slaves are being trained to become hairdressers. Others become handymen.
So far, we was in 22 soldiers. Out of 22, 19 has been killed. So I survived among those. By the time I came back home, I've got my parents. This is part of LRS, they have killed them. So I came back, I got that they are not there.
Richard believes that only by giving back through community work, like fixing buses or cleaning streets, will these haunted youngsters have a future in society. Northern Uganda was terrorised by the LRA for a very long time, so ex-child soldiers are heavily stigmatised.
In this process, they reintegrate. And at the same time, the community look at these children that, oh, well, we thought these children were impossible, but these are children who just has problem and they need help.
Richard convinced national and international sponsors to invest in his project. Education and technical skills are the key for the former child soldiers to help earn their respect in society.
They begin to appreciate these children. And this is the message I've been telling the community through radio stations, through meeting the community, that these children are our children. They were forcefully abducted from us, and we were the powerless to defend them.
In northern Uganda, over 30,000 ex-child soldiers have been given back a future and a life of joy by Friends of Orphans. At last, they have found a space to call home.
And we end today's episode with fashion. Fashion made in Nigeria. A young woman dressing babies and children.
This baby shop in Lagos, Nigeria could be anywhere on the planet. Pale colors, boring designs, cheap quality products. And Kem Bago often struggled when she was looking for baby wear. This lack made her create her own brand. In 2014, she founded Always Me, a baby brand made in Nigeria.
You don't see anything that is really vibrant, and I mean, for babies especially, color stimulates their senses. And you know, a lot of more parents now in Nigeria are also aware of the fact that, you know, there's stuff that's, you know, sensory items and things like that. So they want, you know, something that is different. They want something that is unique.
The market research she did proved that many Nigerian parents are prepared to spend on good quality clothing for kids. Almost every day, she can be seen scouting beautiful African prints in her favorite fabric shop. And it's this fabric shop where she gets her inspiration for the next designs.
Our clothes are so unique because we constantly change the print, so we don't produce like one print in 100 shorts. So we produce maybe like 3 or 4, and then we change the print to another print. African fabric, obviously, and African print is, you know, pretty in vogue at the moment as well. So it's a global trend that we're seeing even on the runways. in New York Fashion Week, we've seen it in Paris Fashion Week. So, you know, I think there is a global hype.
The Always Me product line ranges from baby and maternity to lifestyle and fashion. And Kem's bestsellers are playmats, kids' shorts, nursing pillows, customized onesies, sensory cubes, and nursing covers, which she sells often to mothers directly at playgroups.
Each piece is an original. So we don't duplicate any pieces, we don't mass produce, everything is handmade. So, you know, we design everything in-house. We source the fabrics locally, all the craftsmanship is done locally. We don't import anything, you know, that is used for the mats.
And Kem currently runs 2 sewing workshops in private houses. In order to give back to the community, she hired 12 local craftsmen and women. Intensive training, supervision, and trust are the ingredients of her success. Soon, she will need to employ more women because of growing demand.
We're actually currently expanding into foreign markets. So we've got 2 stockists in the UK and we've got 3 stockists in South Africa at the moment. So 2017 is going to be all about expansion and all about, you know, getting more stockists in different countries and really focusing our effort into getting into some of the a little bit bigger but still boutique retail stores.
And Kem's business, Always Me, is part of a private sector-driven initiative that seeks to create a platform for Nigerian culture, even when it comes to baby dresses.
That's all on Africa on the Move this week. Show attention and give love to the children all around you, whether they're yours or not. Have a good week.
Sometimes when we see celebrities either on social media, television, or in person, we assume they have it all together, but we forget that they are also human. Well, here are some of the low points of some of your favorite celebrities.
Story. Once upon a time, there was a very young, agile, vivacious, spunky, unconventional Pikin you have all come to know and love as Brother Derele, Shewere, and all of the above. But you see, getting to this very point in time has been a story of hurdles. I have crossed so many hurdles. I've broken down ceilings. I've crashed barriers. I've scaled mountains, figuratively speaking, because you know what? For every single door that was shut on my face, you know what? I found another door. For every time I was put in a box, I jumped right out of that box. I am still in an industry where I have to constantly prove myself. Not the fact that I have to prove myself to myself, but I have to prove myself every time how resilient I can be and how much of an identity and strong force that I must be. So you know what? This is my celebrity story. My story is like $1 million question rolled into one.
My story for today, which hopefully will inspire you, is that when I was 17, my mom died, and at the time, my mom was the only one that had been encouraging me as far as acting was concerned. My dad was not for it at all. And on her deathbed, she told my father, let this girl do what she wants to do. Unfortunately, he was still against it. And I went to theater school, much to his disdain. But the thing is, even though I went through a lot of stuff because he refused to sponsor me because I was doing what he didn't want me to do, I endeavored, I worked, I had many jobs. I used to do all kinds of stuff. I used to braid hair. There's a lot of stuff I do people don't know about just to make ends meet. Some days it would be between transport and food and all kinds of things. But I endeavored, I worked hard, I stuck to what I wanted to do, and finally I am here. And as far as I'm concerned, I've only just begun. But I am here, and I'm going to keep on pushing on until that Oscar sits on top of my table. So, no matter what it is that you want to do, so far it's a good thing. Don't let anyone discourage you. There will always be a way around it if you just put your head down.